Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Will B, and today we are going to be starting our garden. That back there are our pods. Those are what the seeds are going to go in. So I get a few questions sometimes from neighbors, friends, and maybe some people that I run into randomly. Why are you buying all this stuff? Well, I have a garden in my house. So first question is, where do I find the time? The second question usually is, how did I learn how to do this? The third question is why. So we are going to answer from the three back. Why is because I like to be self-sufficient. And that ties into my grandparents. They worked at a nursery. So my grandmother had a lot of fruit trees and all kind of herbs and spices, all of that stuff. So I remember going out in the yard eating from the yard. So the only time that we really ate inside the house is when she would make dinner. So we were always outside in the trees, grabbing guavas, mangoes, grapefruits, oranges, whatever it was outside, that's what we were eating. But really quick story. Really quick story. Just watching her, that's what helped motivated me, and that's how I know the idea of growing vegetables. But one real quick funny story. So one day I went out in the back and I grabbed the hoe and I started just striking the ground, just playing like I'm a farmer or someone, and I struck a little too deep. It's just like, what am I gonna do? So I'm looking around to see if I see anyone. If they see me, what I did, so no one saw me, so I just grabbed a whole bunch of dirt, patted it down, wiped all the dirt off of me, ran to the front porch, and sat down. Hours later, my grandmother gets ready to cook, and the water is just dripping. Needless to say, I learned from that lesson. So make sure that when you're digging, one, you know where you're digging at. There are no pipes, nothing like that. And two, you don't really have to dig really deep to get plants going. So I'm gonna get ready to go back there so that I can show you what I have and how I got it. So yeah, let's go. Can I flip it? Let's see. Don't tell me I can't do this. Alright guys, as we can see here, we have a container full of dirt. These are the pods. There are no seeds in them yet. We just went ahead and started prepping, so it takes a little less time to go ahead and start getting these things going. So we did this yesterday, or my husband did, and this is the overall look of my setup and how I'm going to get things started. This particular pan, I kept these here, the egg containers, and this stuff is biodegradable. Of course, you want to take off any plastics, anything like that, and you would just put dirt in there and then just start watering. And the idea is to, if I can get the right lighting, put dirt in there, cut all this stuff off, and then just let things start germinating. And either you can cut these things off or take the little plant out and pop it in outside in some dirt. So this is something that I keep. You don't necessarily have to use that or have that, but it's a good idea to do so if you're starting, or if you don't have a yard and kind of like use what you have. So this is another pod we have that we're going to be using these two in. This is dirt here that has been compressed. Once you add water, that's what you'll get. So you'll just pop the seed inside of that little hole, and you can pop it into the ground and the seed will grow. I don't remember exactly where I got these from, but there's the name, and I'll try to see if I can put a link down below. But these are things that you can get from like Kroger's or anything like that, so you can use that. These things I got from Big Lots, and it does say, if I flip this over, it does say non-GMO seeds. So I mean, it doesn't cost a lot to start this stuff. You just have to get the seeds, and if you want specific organic from a specific store, then you can go to that store and get those seeds, much like what we have here. And these are bell peppers. Now, I have bought bell peppers from, I think it was Sprouts that I went to, and all you need is one bell pepper. One bell pepper will produce all of this. You just don't throw away these seeds. Keep them, because all you need is one seed to carry over to many other seeds. Here's another one that once you plant this, you never have to plant this again. This plant keeps growing over and over and over and over again. Depending on where in the country you live, it will go dormant for a while. Mine has been dormant. It's just now coming back out. So this is something, once you plant this, you never have to plant it again. You can use it on top of your potatoes, or just whatever it is that you like chives on. So, and parsley is another one. Once you plant it, it's going to give you back seeds. And that's the whole idea for me and my garden, is something that I go ahead and buy and it gives me back. So this is something that I don't have to go back to the store and buy. I just plant one and it gives me back all of this. Eggplants are one of my favorites. So I just planted one, and we got a couple of eggplants back, and I just would scrape like some of the seeds off and let them kind of like dry out a little bit, and then you just put them in a black bag and wait for the next season, right? So in these purple beans, I actually grew these 2 seasons. And we just took the seeds out of some of them and kept them. And once you keep it in a dry and a safe spot with like no high sunbeam, then it should be fine. What's another one? Oh, this I picked up from my mother's house. So when I went down to Miami, I'm gonna see if I can try to get this to grow. But Sarah seed is really good for cleansing the blood and all sorts of things. Anything that you see in my garden is gonna be because it has some medicinal purposes. And who doesn't like cucumbers? So there are a couple of cucumber seeds. Tomato seeds, you can get them and you can plant them, but there's a specific way. There's a guy, if I can get this to focus, there's a guy that I follow on YouTube. Anyway, so you kind of want to put this in some of the tomato juice and let it sit for a little bit to and it'll have like hairs on it, and it is said to grow bigger and better harvest. So any type of tomato seeds you want to do that with, when you start seeing like a white frothy, well, let me go ahead and make that into another video. And then here we have some that we have bought from the store that we just keep. And all it takes, literally guys, is one seed to get all of this. Once you have one seed, essentially you never really have to go to the store and buy this stuff when it's time to grow. So here we have basil. This cost me, I bought it on clearance for $4. But basil, you know, and here I have some stuff, you know, some celery, that's organic. I'm working on getting these things to start to sprout. And then there I have, what did I put in here? Lavender. And that helps to keep away flies during the summer. So they don't like that smell. So I want to see if I can get some of that to grow, and that will be all over my yard. But then here we bought some more seeds. So this is mangoes, and then this is a cherry seed, certain type of apple, sugar cane. Now my husband brought this. I don't know how that's gonna work, but we're gonna work it out and see what happens, right? It's another sugar cane. Hopefully y'all can see this, and I'm not moving this camera too bad. But yeah, I mean, it's not hard to do it all. You just have to find the time. Like if you're scrolling and doing stuff online, you can do this. I mean, all it takes is just prepping one day and then popping the seed down here in each one of these the next day, and then kind of like watering at the bottom. Once you do that and start putting water over this, the seeds will start doing its own thing. You just have to make sure that they are watered pretty good. I like a lot of live plants in my house, so that is, it's just, it brings ambiance. It helps, clean the air. That I believe is fever grass. And then let's take you out the back. This is the type of potting soil that I use. That's Troy. That's the type of potting soil that I use just to get it started. Once it's started, then we come, as they run, we come out here, run you over here. Oh, that's one thing I want to show you too. My hand was in the way, but I want to show you one thing. So hopefully it's not too much wind, but this is my garden area. We're going to expand this area out further that way, but all of that, and then that. We're going to take this stuff down and put like a gate up. But one thing you don't want to put in your garden, and I've learned, is any type of peppermint, spearmint, anything like that. That stuff will start to grow and it will take over. So you don't want to do that. So, and then that's the chives, and those are the green onions. So once you place that and plant that, it has been freezing out here, and those things still grow. But yeah, this is our garden. Oh, another thing that grows too, once you plant it, you just plant it one time, that's it. So this, the strawberries. Once you plant those, they just grow. You don't really have to tend to them too much. They just do their own thing. But yeah, this is our garden section. Now, you don't have to have this size garden. You can have a little patio and whatever you like to grow, you just grow. Now that particular tree, I don't know if y'all can see that one, but this is a nectarine, I believe. I know this one over there is a pear tree. That one there, the squirrels love that one. And then this one right here, let me get on the side of it. That one is an apricot tree. So guys, just, work with what you have, but also let it make money for you. And then these are all flowers here, but yeah, that's our goal, our plan. So we're gonna redo this whole section here, take out majority all of that grass, and just make that all of the garden. Alrighty guys, hopefully that inspired you to just take the initiative just to try it. I mean, to grow bell peppers is probably one of the easiest things. Tomatoes are very easy to grow, especially like cherry tomatoes. What else? Herbs, much like cilantro, basil, things of that nature, green onions. As long as you got like a sunny area or sunny space in your place, or balcony, something like that, you can grow. Just get out and just plant just a small one and see what happens this season. But if there's nothing else, if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Also, subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any further videos, and smash that like button. It'll definitely help us out. Till then, see you next time.